We begin tonight's Devo with a dramatic reenactment of something that happened in the late 60s. If you listen closely, you can hear the countdown starting already.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
That's the moon. So after that thrilling reenactment...
Sorry.
After that less than thrilling reenactment. So we're talking about the moon and how back in the 60s we had a space race going on with Russia, and we were challenged to try to get to the moon first before the Russians did. So Kennedy said, we choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard. You're about to laugh again. No? Okay. So first of all, it's kind of interesting that at that time we chose to do something because it was difficult. That's not something that we seem to see a lot in our culture today. A lot of it is, oh, this is difficult, I'm not going to do it. But back then, we said, let's do it just because it's hard, and also because we want to beat the Russians. Kind of a big deal. But what's interesting about the moon is it does not produce any of its own light. It only reflects light that is given to it, much like when a flashlight is shined on my super pale skin. It's super bright. So the light comes from the sun and reflects off the moon. It's reflective. Yep, there we go. Your turn.
Okay, so to get biblical here, when Jesus was on the earth, he walked and talked, and he referred to himself as the light of the world. And we as Christians are called to be reflectors of his light. And so if you think about it, when the moon is big and bright and full, everyone stops and is like, oh, look how beautiful the moon is tonight. And that's just the moon reflecting the sun. And we are called to be like that. And it's really obvious in today's time right now with everything that's going on. The world feels really dark. The world feels scary, stressful, overwhelming, all the range of emotions. And it's really interesting. Jason and I looked up like 2 minutes ago that you can actually see a candle from
30 miles away.
Up to 30 miles away.
Read it on the internet, it's true.
Depending on legit sources or not. But we can be that light. And just a couple of the things that our own campus has done is we've delivered pizzas to some of our special needs families. We've hosted the blood drive. We do Takeout Tuesdays. And all those things aren't big, huge, life-changing, newsworthy events, but they make a difference. They are those candles. And if you get enough of them going, it can cause a big light storm? I don't know if it's a light storm. But it's not just COVID-19 that is darkness. 2 years from now, it's going to be just life maybe. It can be starting at high school, or it can be starting in college, or it can be peer pressure. It can be a non-Christian home that you're living in. It can be just a whole slew of things. Can feel dark, can feel overwhelming, and you always have that ability to be a light, to draw others to you, to draw others to Christ through you. Again, it's that idea of look how beautiful the moon is. I just want to sit here and look at it. It can be look how beautiful this Jesus guy is, and I want to learn more. I want to be part of that. So yeah, moon, sun. Oh no, I lost my sun. Sun.
It's interesting that even the smallest amount of light overcomes darkness. It doesn't matter how dark it is. If you have just a lighter or even a candle, or not candle, a match, and you light that, instantly everything is brighter, and the tiniest amount of light
For example,
overcomes darkness.
Whatever is in our background.
Yes, that is a single light. Wait, stage right? That thing back there.
That. In the background.
Point the other way. Perfect. So, And like Jesus says in other places, nobody lights a candle and covers it up. If you light a candle, you put it for everybody to see. Yeah, nobody's gonna. I'm gonna let it shine. And that's why you have lighthouses or something on a high peak so that everything can see it, because light is important. This world would be nothing without light. And we,
Jesus.
yes, we are a reflection of the light that is Jesus.
Jesus. All right, so our scripture today is First Corinthians 1:18. For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God.
The sun in your lap kind of looks like pizza.
It looks like pizza. Pizza's delicious.
So there's some other verses. I mean, the Bible talks about light a lot. We've got like Matthew 4:16. The people living in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. Or Matthew. Oh, go ahead.
I want to do Matthew. Matthew 5:16. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven.
In John 1:5, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. And at this point, I want to ask, what is darkness? I'm not trying to get philosophical or anything like that on it, but darkness is literally the absence of light. So any light you bring in overcomes darkness, because darkness is the absence of light. And if you bring light, there is no darkness.
So, he cut me off.
Sorry.
But what I wanted to talk about too is I know at least Wake, we sang it at our retreat. Oasis, I can't remember if we sang it at our retreat, but I know my bus was singing it on the way back. But the song Waymaker, where that line is Waymaker, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in the Darkness, my God, that is who you are. And just remember that with everything that's going around in this current climate, everything that will happen to you from now until the day that you return home to heaven, that He is your promise keeper. He's the light in the darkness, and you have hope in Him. Pizza.
Moon.
Nerd. Ah.
I think we're done.
Think about it. Have I embraced my part in shining the light of Jesus into the
Oh, I gotta scroll over. Hold on.
world?
Ah.
So think about it. Have I embraced my part in the shining of the light of Jesus into the world? Reflect. Like Jason, reflect. Do those around me see Jesus' light in me? And why are I not? And just be honest. I mean, I know that there are times where my life would not reflect Jesus. And in those moments, I just know that I need to pray and give myself over to God and have a real change in my heart. That's my dog. Sorry about that one. And then pray. Pray that Jesus helps reflect. Oh, pray. Redo. Number 3, pray. Jesus, help me to reflect your goodness in the world today. But don't just pray it just because I just told you it was number 3 and that's what you need to do. Like, really pray and live it and see how you can be a light in the world today. There's so many ways to shine light, and they can be mail a letter to your grandparents. They love snail mail. You know, Takeout Tuesday, or just texting somebody from school who might just need that pick-me-up. I mean, there are so many ways that don't require a lot of money, don't require a big, showy, flashy amount of money. It's just doing what you feel God's leading you to do. And always reflect.
There's a nice illustration with schools being closed and everything, and seeing our daughters do video calls with some of their classmates and how excited they get just to be able to see their friends. And there is a lot of darkness in the world right now, but there is so much more light. And if you just take a chance, take a moment to think about it, you can rattle off so many things that are light in this world. And those are the things that we should be thinking about and dwelling on. Whatever is good and noble, think about and focus on those things. I think that's, yeah, that's something Paul wrote. I don't remember the exact scripture, but it's in there. So,
Also, don't sit on Zoom calls with kindergartners.
oh, no.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
There's no light in those moments.
There's a lot of screaming.
There's a lot of screaming. Mute
Uh,
your mics, people. Mute your mics. That's our dog.
Hi, dog. All right. So
Her name is Luna, like the moon.
But she was actually named after a composer. So thanks for spending some time with us. Text your friends, text your not friends,
Snail mail your grandparents.
and we sincerely hope to see you guys soon. We really miss you guys.
We
All of
also
y'all.
hate Zoom calls.
Yeah.
But we love seeing you, so you should probably come to your Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Wake girls, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Luna,
And the
stop
sun. Sun.
it.
Whoop,
Moon. And there's
whoop.
yeah. Yeah.
The
Okay.
sun is a star.
The sun is a massive incandescent gas, a gigantic nuclear furnace. It's a song by
Nerd.
Okay, we're done.